things could get scary for Liquid.
Yeah, I think right now there's going to be a lot of pressure on these AWPs in particular to show up. But let's get into the pistol because it's already underway, and Team Liquid have tried to come in with a bit of a classic B rush, and dupreeh, he's seen a million of these, and so he's just absolutely laying waste to Liquid. Naf will come in with a response, but dupreeh's done them so dirty, and there's the wrap from Device as well to really drive this one home. Astralis, they stop Liquid in their tracks. They try and throw a bit of a classic play their way, and that don't work versus these Danes.
Yeah, Device's flanks have just been second to none in this game already, right? He was doing that on Inferno, like that round. Yanko broke down the wrap from the boiler side and just mowing down players in a 2-on-4. dupreeh, quick tapping 3, and then Device to close. It's the double Danes for Astralis, sweeping it for a pistol. 1-0 and eco for Liquid, no plant, and so the same story as Inferno. They take this light buy, they wait for the economy to build. Astralis are essentially just gifted this 2-0 lead. It's just how clean do they want to make it?
Oh man, these Astralis players, they really love their org in both sense of the word, right? They keep donning these scoped rifles on the CT side, and we're seeing why from Device. How does he get away with absolutely all of them there? Finally laid to rest, obviously, but still, you know, you're going to take that all day long. Helped out with a fast flank from Glaive, and then a bit of assistance peeling away from that long angle. And so Astralis get the conversion nice and cleanly. Now Team Liquid come in with this first buy, but this is always one of the issues, right? When you take that full eco there, if you're Liquid here, while you get all these AKs out, you see a sacrifice set to be made on Naf. He's only running the Galil here. That's to bring out a little bit more utility. And for the rest of the gang, the utility's pretty sparse here. So Team Liquid going to be relying on winning some of these opening fights. They don't really have it in the tank to throw too many complicated fakes the way of Astralis. And with Device already opening up, that's a whole belt of utility gone. Oh, and another. Man, forget about the utility. They just need players, and they're losing them left and right. Device, with his org, absolutely laying waste to Team Liquid. Oh, he might just get another. Stay away from him. Get out of mid. It belongs to Device. He's 8-0, 166 ADR. And it's only Grim left. This round has barely even began, and it's over for Team Liquid.
Any ace? Oh, not today. Grim punishes. He doubles down. He makes it interesting, but the nade, the dunk down for Astralis, and dupreeh to close it out again. It's these two players bringing all of our attention into this map already, and most of Liquid's as well. That is incredible for Device. Takes that mid spawn, posts up party side, and just mauls Team Liquid. Doesn't set a great precedent for Liquid, right? Just getting flashed out in all of these rounds, blinded by Astralis' utility and cleaned up. 3-0, eco. That was a buy round, although it didn't look like it. And now Device, another scope of a different flavor.
I hate hearing them fire off now. I didn't realize I could be so scared of the org.
It's like the Kriegs, man.
Liquid do at least get up through connector. But they've only got these pistols, and hell, man, we just saw how the rifle round panned out for them, so I don't have a lot of hope here. I'm sorry for feeling that way. But with the kind of game that we're getting out of dupreeh and Device, this duo, man, it's scary. And they're both playing in tandem over here towards A. dupreeh in the bait and switch corner, while Device is trying to draw attention in towards this bomb site, trying to get Team Liquid, only caring about him, just to add that much more weight to this dupreeh play at long. Magisk spraying away, will get tapped out of the round by the CZ, but that's where dupreeh comes back in on this long wrap. And he's able to swing like a hinge. The moment they lose players in the site, well, then that's where you got to worry about long. And the utility is just so punishing, time and time again. Team Liquid having to take a bit of a back seat in that round there, as everything's dictated to them on Astralis' terms.
Yeah, that's just a round of flashes, right? A round of blindness for both teams, really. Magisk gets full whited on the site, but a big nade from Device, and then with Glaive just popping flashes back from CT spawn, dupreeh's able to finish off a lot of that damage done by the HE, and they just close it out with ease. 4-0. But it was only a pistol round, as you said. So pistols gone, guns are back, and Liquid looking for a bit of vengeance.
Of the 20 kills thus far, 90% of them belonging to Device and Dupree. 18 of those 20 kills coming from those two players. That's a little bit mental, isn't it? This A bomb site has definitely felt off limits. That's what this is telling you.
Look at this angle as well, boosted on the shelf. Stewie checks it, but the Orc just tears him apart. Oh, the spray is fantastic as well. Twist trying to come in with the trade. There's two players here, but Naf has caught them on a great timing on that lurk. Twist can't trade. The tech taps him back, and Naf trapped to the back.
How's he gotten out?
No idea.
Dupree lives to tell the tale, and what a tale it is. No one's going to believe him when he brings this one back up. Zip with the shutdown. The lurk, Astralis absolutely just dominating. This is scary, man. They're looking so confident. Like in so many of these rounds now, if you're Liquid, not only have you been getting red and running into these crossfires that Astralis have set up, but on top of that, even when you're trying to navigate these kind of like 1vx scenarios where you're not even necessarily looking to win anymore, you're just trying to do a bit of damage, there's always someone in some grimy position where they're not meant to be, or some homing nade that's going to find its way to you no matter what.
Yeah, and you just don't know how much room you're getting given if you're Liquid as well, right? In these rounds, I think they tried to 5-boost there. In these rounds, you know, Liquid on the pistols are being given all the mid control, all the room, and Astralis is just stacked back in the site. And in the gun rounds, boom, you got Device pushing up Party. You got Connect control as well, taking down the mid-cross. Like, every time Liquid think they have room, it's taken away. And today is the same, because Dupree has mopped up a double from the back. Device with the AWP on the B side, picking up the first. Naf is gone, or should be, in an instant. That's something, though. And no one can trade him unless they re-aggress it short. So with the flash, Device moves back into the angle, and Naf with his back turned. Oh dear, the Deeg can't do a thing. And Device, the king, keeps it up for Astralis.
I don't want to be too negative or like too foreboding here, but one of the problems for Liquid right now is that these T-sides have often been like a key to success for them on this map. Whenever we've seen them play out in NA, it's always treated them very, very kindly. And right now, they are not getting a kind treatment at all. 0-6 down. Stewie and Elige yet to frag. Well, you think about how important Stewie was back on Inferno. He hasn't even been given a chance to play. How can you try and counter what you're getting out of Astralis right now? It's not like these are some incredible calls being made by Glaive, like sat there orchestrating these really grandiose strategies. Instead, it is them just setting up crossfires, being kind of aware of what Liquid like to do, and then dominating with these Orgs. And look, they're all coming out for Astralis. Everyone wants a piece of the action.
14-3 on Dupree, 11-1 on Device.
Zip's bored as well. Like, he's 2-0. He's like, well, you know, I haven't died, so there's that, but I don't know. I'm not even getting to see anyone.
Can they come B, please? No, say Liquid. The AWP's out on Stewie as well. A lot of T-side AWPing for him today. Let's see if he can keep up what he was doing on Inferno. Zip taking that water control, starting to move more aggressively. Our Astralis, they have a double long setup with Device on the AWP supported. Stewie's going to have to tackle that one back. No armor either, so if any of these Orgs hit him, he is gone. Naf holding on to B aggro. Glaive takes Monster and hangs around. Stewie gets tagged, boost back up. Stewie, oh, the head ripped right off from Device. And Astralis double back.
There's very little you can hope to do to counter this kind of confidence that we're seeing out of Astralis. Strategies, they're tangible. They're something you can work against. But confidence, man, that's something different altogether. Device, even repositioning. Look, they're so keen to fight. Like, look at where Device is. He is out on an island. He's here alone, and he's striking players off the tally. Ooh, almost in with the time. And Elige having to go through the fire, through the flames. And we'll deliver the trade and the opener as well. Pace picked up, but Dupree, so often been the nuisance over at long, just isn't giving up an inch. And so he'll put 7 up on the board, keeping this flawless streak going for Astralis.
And that's so sad for Liquid. You want to know why? It's because Glaive has pushed through Monster already. Astralis have so much B control with Naf never knowing that they just rotate 3A. You see when Liquid get those 2 kills, Elige onto Device, and then the Magic's dead on the site. You see Naf runs through the smoke with his knife out. Elige sprints in, doesn't even look at long. They think A is clear. They think they've killed the 2 top site players. But that info, that real estate gained by Glaive and Zip outside of Monster allows for the triple stack on A. And it's the catch out for Astralis again. Liquid had no idea until it was already too late. Just when you think they have a bit of skin in the game, it's gone. A foot in the door, slammed shut. Broken toes for Liquid as they teeter up towards the connector. More pistols, and again, Astralis do it once more. They give away all the room. They go, oh, you have pistols? Fine, we'll play those sights. We'll play those long ranges. Now, the danger here is dupree's alone, but he gets flashed in by Glaive. No one to be seen just yet. Posted in the toilet, he hears the spam. This fade comes in soon, and he already sees some legs. Liege could have had the drop on him there. dupreeh does get traded, and so now armed with 2 guns are Liquid.
This is scary, though. Astralis, they're playing with more bravado than xCloud9, for crying out loud. Interesting little kind of wall of smokes that really does separate some of these fights. Glaive extending in front of it. Now, this leaves him open not only to this challenge here, but when he tries to fall back, he could fall prey to Naf in the toilet. No danger of that, because Device is providing Overwatch. There's Glaive in with 1, and Device, Deagle out, looking for the last remaining player. It's Stewie up against him, and Device isn't missing a beat. Still flawless for Astralis, and as mentioned, this T-side is normally where Liquid thrive. Man, they're not even alive right now. Someone needs to check him for a pulse, because Astralis are just going for the throat. This is brutal.
Deathly. What can you even do here if you're Liquid? And remember that B rush that we've seen, that one attempt to the lowest site was locked in on the pistol round by dupreeh's taps. Liquid haven't gone back to it since. Scared away. And even in the rounds that Liquid don't know about, Astralis have been taking this water control. They've been playing aggressive off of that molly. Device pushed up again on the short side. He is everywhere where Liquid go, in their heads, well read. Pushed up is the orb. Stewie is tucked on the right side. Device is not expecting this, but he still has the angle. One shot to connect for Device. Oh, catches Stewie running back. Twist is still here. Nice nade for Liquid. It's something at least.
Yeah, but when that's like the thing you're having to talk about, right? You know, you're having a clutch at straws, you know? Oh, we did 30 damage to Device. Come on, boys, we got him. Zip. Oh, okay, they finally put it into a 4-on-4. And at this point, right, the crucial thing is it's no longer one of these situations where, like, you're even odds, but you're walking into this horrible stack with little time left, little in the way of Astralis making it theirs. This time, you've got time on the clock. You've got a lot of map control, because Astralis have at least been giving you that and just been relying on holding down these bomb sites. And so finally, Liquid actually have a chance to maneuver, a chance to try and play around a call that Stewie makes. Now it's extended even further thanks to that push from Glaive, and that's put a lot of pressure on this B bomb site. So look at Device. He's rotated down. He's anxious about this B site play. And so they've entrusted all of A onto dupreeh. He spots the utility, he spots the nade. That's Device's call to rotate back up. But dupreeh's got to be the man to deliver in the short term. Only good for 1. Finally, Liquid could break the curse. Missed shot from Device, gives up the aim of the game for him. They know he's in this bank, and he can't find anything. It's Liquid looking to make a withdrawal, looking to lock in the round, but Device's Deagle is fast. And it's left this 2-on-2 open. Falling back to play it passive. From the flower beds is Twist. Grim back at long. The bomb could be stuck. It would be a tricky place. Grim can swing onto it, right? And they need him to. Twist pulls the attention away. There's Device out in the open as well. And so finally, Liquid, they get one on the board. It takes them 9 rounds to get there. And even then, it gets close towards the end. One thing that is nice is it's like the moment you kind of deal with dupreeh or Device, that is a weight off your shoulders, right? And if the other guys are itching for combat, are itching to give these fights over, then that's something that could work in Liquid's favor.
Yeah, can they build their way back in, right? T-sides have been the bread and butter of Liquid all tournament long, so that needs to start now. That needs to start immediately. Yesterday, in fact, dupreeh doesn't want to make it so, looking for his 20th, pushed into the playground. Looking to slide behind Liquid. There's a flash, but he tucks behind, and Twist doesn't know. He's still holding, still aware of the possibility at least, but dupreeh catches him switching. Stewie's still here. Legs can be seen under that little wood. Device posted for a connector play. 2 players walking their way up. No flash, because the mid control just isn't there. They can't get Device off the angle. Device backs up. Smoke in. Stewie holding for dupreeh. Naf with his knife out, running as well. Oh, not commed? That's a mistake for Liquid. They know he was here all along. And dupreeh catches another. Stewie looking for the trade. The shot goes through. dupreeh pushes in. And it's now behind a Liege, where he finds himself. Free kill for the 4th. And that's a big miscom for Liquid, right?
Yeah, man, Dupree, man, you get 3 locked in, the 4th one's free. That's what happens there. That's really messy from Liquid. I think it shows how confused this entire T side has been. They've been uprooted at every single turn. They knew he was here, and Naf just walks in like, oh, well. That's nasty. And, you know, Dupree was locking down the A site from back in it before, and now they've just let him off the leash. They've said, Dupree, mate, you go do whatever you want. You're having a game of a lifetime here. He ain't playing no games in the park, is Dupree. And this time, down into connector. We've already seen him dominate from this position before, and he's looking to do it again, up against the pistols in round 11.
Ooh, that's something. Okay, gun given over by Grim through the smoke. There's a spam and a Liege. Sees quite the tag. Might want to give that to someone with a little bit more health. Only a couple of armored players, though, on Liquid. Stewie's posted with a scout. Flash back in. Goes a bit wider. Glaive doesn't want a full set here. He goes back to fight Elite, who is finished off. Nap grabs the gun. It's a triple peek. How does Glaive line them up so well? Spraying down everyone as Mizius trades for the round. Astralis, they're everywhere. They're in your nightmares. And Liquid looking lost as they can barely get out of spawn. That's a beautiful transfer for Glaive as well. It looked like surely he was dead to the triple peak. How does he continue that and find the 2 on the right side? Double orb now out. Forget the Orgs. Astralis are bringing the one-hit wonders.
There's 31 kills on everyone in the server. Everyone in the server, apart from Device and Dupree, who are on 41. Like, that is... I have never seen that. I have never seen that. This is mental. Is this even allowed? Can someone look into this? Is this all right?
Get the rulebook open.
What is going on? Device waiting patiently. Might only be a matter of time as Twist is up on this other side. It's short. Liquid leaning B. We haven't seen many B plays out of them, but they have been fed towards this side of the map before. Is it feeding time, or is Device out to send them to the graveyard? Dupree pushing through the connector as well, scoped up with the orb. That's a missed shot. That's an opener. Secured for Liquid. Once again, this B pressure has at least been giving them entries. Another one as well, so both the orbs out of the round. And Liquid do not want to let this one slip through their fingers.
Yeah, far more calculated, far more patient for Liquid, and now they move back up to A, right? They've loved these A executes in gun rounds, but they've never really been able to get past this double hold. Now that it's finally dead down at lower, that's opened up a world of hurt for Astralis, but they're going to read it well. They've already sent players up. The rotations are coming through quickly at that. Just got the run. Zip is late to the party. Glaive trying to stall with all his nades, and the M4 is out with the spray. He's so blind, but he gets 1.5, finishing the job onto Stewie, and now Glaive swinging into the smoke. He gets caught blinded by it, and Zipnik's left alone. Clutch on his plate, 10-1, no reason to not give it a go.
Ooh.
Ah, the scope.
Yeah, right. They saw him on that jump peek back from long, and they don't want to give a man like Zip a chance in the clutch. They swing early. They cancel him out. Still, you've had to fight really long and hard if you're Liquid here, and you're holding on with just 2 rounds. Certainly not what you want to hear.
Yeah, we had a similar case in Inferno, right, with Liquid, you know, struggling. They get 6 rounds CT side, they go T half. They're very slow. Astralis are up 14-6. It looks like they're about to close the map dominantly, and then Liquid pulls some, you know, must-needed rounds back, albeit still losing the map. If Liquid want any chance in their pick in this BO5, they're going to have to get a 10-5. They're going to have to come alive right here and right now. Better late than never. But Glaive, he lets him pass, right past. He doesn't fire a shot. He finds the second instead, and Glaive doubles up as Twist has no idea what hit him. That is a masterful play from Glaive around the edge of the smoke against the criminal himself. Stewie dead, 1-13. Pales in comparison to his Inferno performance. Elite might have a great gap here. He could walk up into A, but no kills being offered up. Even if he checks long, he won't see Device or Dupree. And the flash, if anything, gives it away. Now Astralis know what's up. Now they know Liquid are moving up the short side, and Device doubles back to put a stop to it.
He's just a Cyclops, man. He never even unscopes. Has to keep himself silent, keep it concealed. Has dealt with Elige, but one man does make it across. One man slips through the net. However, the bomb is now dropped. And so for Grim, getting into the back line, well, suddenly he's the focal point here for Astralis. They know that he's here. They've got him locked in. And that one gets delivered their way. 11-2. Really no contest at all. Not with two players having a game like this on Astralis. Device and dupreeh, the two names that you want stepping up together. Two names that just instill fear into your opponent. And this was beautiful from Glaive. Knows about that second man ahead of time. And he's thinking, well, how can I really get in their heads? How can I really make them afraid of crossing any corner, running through any smoke? He plays the trigger discipline, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, this is just looking all too clean, all too easy for Astralis on their least played map of the ones available in the series. And maybe for a reason. No one wants to test them on Overpass right now. Liquid can't even try. Or back in Stewie's hands. Last time he had it, it was the dupreeh push into Playground that just, you know, tore Liquid apart. And Stewie's Orb didn't even really play into it. Maybe he can find one of those openers. Maybe he can get himself in a position to succeed, but set outside of B, 3 on the monster side for Liquid and just getting re-smoked from Zip as well. Elige cleaning out middle on his own. We got that double long setup again for Astralis. Device has his eyes on the prize while dupreeh's pushed up deep. Fallen-esque. Right now the Falling are on the T side. Failing at finding even a semblance of a half here. Liquid. Flashed out long. Stewie moving through with that AWP. Device is going to draw him in. Assuming Liquid get that close, they've got to eventually. 35 on the clock, getting in deeper. Twist trying to sell the B fake, committed on his own. Not much he can do there. Shows his hand and ducks out as well. They're going to go back through connected to B, potentially. Twist isn't moving. He's finally going to come and join them, so it will be that top site hit, but Twist is going to be late to this one. Device in the hot seat.
There's that opener. First man struck from the tally, and it's Stewie with that orb. Magisk as well. Over here at the truck. Does get his head taken off. Glaive swinging in to help out, and Device there. Oh, they do know about Grim, but he's been able to get away with one. It's Twists, and time is the problem. Time's the enemy. And he won't be able to get these kills. Baited into dupreeh. The trap was set, and the game is afoot. 12-2. Astralis, an incredibly dominant half. And really, at this point, this map might just be swept under the rug for Liquid. This is one that they might just forget about.
That truck is a two-seater right now. Astralis have been playing double truck all side long, right? Like Glaive and Magisk just trading engagements, swapping out left and right. And even then after they kill, I think it was Magisk, Glaive, and Zip, then just hiding behind it together. Liquid can't get through. There's a man in the middle. Never given the kills they require, the kills they desire. Glaive has had enough of waiting around, and he pushes with the spam right into the smoke again. The other side, they have nades out, but the cover is there. Twist, an important kill. Zip is 4-2 at the halftime right now. He's barely seeing Team Liquid, but he might get a chance to fight in this final round of the half. The nade is good. Back in from Magisk. dupreeh setting up a boost for Zip, but Liquid are going quick.
Yeah, in they come, the SMG of Stewie, good for the opener. The trade's found, but Magisk, they don't know about him yet. And the molly is a little short. Grim will get the trade, and now it is just Device, but down from the heavens he strikes into the 1v1. Naf on the other side of it has this bomb left to play around, and Device with an absolutely stellar game right now. Fakes the drop with his deagle. That leaves him without the sidearm, but he's looking to do this with the primary. Naf, cowering, doesn't want to give the peek over, is just playing around that bomb time, wanting to win it through smarts as opposed to with peaks, and Device is on the bomb, the spray, oh no, he thinks he's off of it. No, that can't be how the half ends. The stick for Device, and he puts up 13. And the cards that they've been dealt from Astralis have not been kind at all. This is unreal. What's going to happen in the second half? It is the T-sides that have often treated Liquid better. This B-bomb site has caused real problems for them in the past as well.
Oh, and it's empty. They're playing retake. It's a heavy con setup. Dear, oh dear. Free real estate for Astralis. Look, we've got one bomb partner in the entire half. Astralis about to get it in the first. It's a good trade for Grim. Magisk can molly off the short side. He's stalling it for as long as he can. Elige can't commit through it. There's no smoke for it. Flashes and kits. That's all Liquid have to work with.
There's one of those flashes to try and get the short peek in, and the kills are found. It's Twist to deliver them. It is a convincing look right now, and they even deal with Glaive. So Team Liquid, trying to save face, trying to save their dignity. They get that pistol, they put up a third, and now maybe there's a chance for them to make this a little bit more competitive. I think, you know, you're still a long way away from saying, yeah, the comeback's afoot, right? It's well and truly back in the hands of Liquid. That ain't going to happen for quite some time. Yeah. We need someone to step up, to elevate this level to the same kind of level. Or even, really, I don't think you're going to get two players that are able to outdo Device and Dupree right now. It needs to be that team effort. It needs to be everyone chipping in. But a pistol victory, that's at least something to build upon.
I'm very surprised Astralis don't just go Hail Mary and buy up the AKs and the Deagles and just full commit in this one, right, with a huge lead. But they just go, okay, we'll give them a bit of respect and then we'll take it away in our first gun round. It's the triple nades towards B for the boost spot. Grim, is he caught on a jump? Timing is everything. He's not there. It's a missed Hail Mary. But, yeah, it's all fine for Liquid for now. These Deags should find very little for Astralis, you'd like to think. Elijah's pushed into middle. He's going to hit him down in the connector with that deep smoke as well. And double conside for Liquid. So they've got Astralis pretty much trapped in this round, but you were never really expecting too much out of armorless T's. And Elijah tucked on the other side. Mid is almost salvageable here for Astralis. Elijah should be getting multiple kills, even though he's only 2 in 15. Like, these are free frags. Surely Astralis don't check it.
Only good for one out of all of that, though. Aggression still coming through, and luckily enough, Twist wins that. The last thing you would want is to give over a 3-on-3 here and make life that much harder for yourself. So they're thankful that Twist was able to beat out the armorless Deag there down towards Monster. Astralis just hoping for a bomb plant at this point, and that's going to be a long way away from reality with just Magis left standing. You'd have to Deag these two back inside of the A site to make it happen. And they're now looking to swing them together, keep that pressure on. The flash, while it will get them off the angle for a second and might offer up a kill, it's ultimately meaningless. Team Liquid on to 4, but now we've got that reinvestment coming through for Astralis.
And the terror starts again. Liquid know nothing is safe right now with these AKs out. At least it's not Augs, right? That's the one thing Liquid can be surefire of. Astralis aren't going to reignite that Krieg meta. They want the AKs a little cheaper and a little more util as a result. We got the mollies and the smokes. Liquid, it's not really a bonus round. Double FAMAS, 1 UMP is still a pretty good buy. Fast out mid of Astralis, they smoke the Molotov. No respect, no fear. And no surrender, even boosting. No one in party to find, though. Liquid in a double toilet setup. It's Naf and Elijah back-to-back playing these gaps.
This is scary for Naf and Elijah. Because if they go down, that is your A resistance just broken, right? And suddenly you're rotating players, you can get caught out of position. You're very, very vulnerable to these mind games. And Elijah missing that opportunity. If Naf's down here, if he doesn't get much done, then this could be the round in favor of Astralis, because now they're into this 4-on-3. There's that rotation from Stewie away from the B site. But with so much time left on the clock and really so little map control for Liquid, they feel pressure to take advantages elsewhere. While they pressure Zip back away from B, I think now that just really solidifies for Astralis to pick up the pace into this A-bomb site, get in the face of Stewie, keep bullying him. He'll try and game them in the smoke, hidden in it with the UMP. There isn't a flash to help him out, but he will go through and find success. Grim coming alive as well at just the right time. Is bailed out by Twist, and now it falls to Zipnix in the 1-on-3, back in the toilets. Liquid are on the bomb, and Zip's going to be hard-pressed to deny that defuse. I think he knows it as well, so just giving that round over to Team Liquid. And that's some of the little advantages coming off the back of such a strong start, right? Like, you can't afford to let those rounds slip by. You're not feeling the pressure just yet.
Yeah, Stewie actually does get popped through the smoke. Twist lobs one from below, and that's really what reignites the retake for Liquid there. A big round, a big play. It needed to happen for Liquid, hidden down in the dumps. And especially after you said with Zip even getting dinked, but getting the info that 2 players were pushing the B monster, that just sped Astralis up into the near empty A site. Won't win the post plant though. Now for the AWP. He hits the tag. Device takes a shot through the wall. Glaive is trying to chase him down. Naf has been, you know, one of the only players alongside Grim who's really kept up, you know, an okay scoreline in this map, considering how one-sided it's been. That's pretty impressive. But Astralis won't go near that up for now. There's a third rotation towards A. Stewie goes back up and Astralis come down towards lower. A resmoke at Monster stall things out, and so Stewie can second guess if he changes his mind, but Astralis might go right through this one. They're lining up. Quick util into B. Glaive with the Heaven Smoke ready to chuck. And here come Astralis.
Yeah, this is the push, right? There's the signal. You don't get much warning. They're already here, breaking through the door of this B site, and the defense crumbles right away. No chance for Liquid, they know it, and you hate having to write this round off. You know, at this point, you need everything you can get your hands on. And so the moment you have that triple stack up on A, you needed those players in the B site to at least go 1 for 1, to even consider giving this an attempt. And so giving over 14, not the position you want to be in if you were ever hoping that this comeback could come through.
Yeah, it's how surprised, how caught off guard Liquid are there, right? There's players with grenades out in their hands watching the Monster smoke. You expect it to at least be respected after 10 seconds of nothing, of no one, you know, even firing through it. Astralis have been spotted in mid, heavy out of the gate, right? Nav hits that tag, he sees multiple players cross, he sees the bomb. And so Liquid are padded up on A while they give Astralis room to get close. Little do they know, Astralis immediately duck down below and just run through the smoke with a perfect flash on the fade. You can see right there, I think it was Grim chucking in a re-smoke as Astralis come through. They hit that timing to perfection, and Liquid have no kills on the defense, so no chance to retake. And this could be the bitter end for Liquid. At least the save gives us another buy round, but it's up against 14.
Naf getting the Don that AWP, and he's taking it with him for the B peak. This is all the while a bit of mid-aggressions coming through from Elise just to get that information. Stewie is in a spot that's do or die, and he ends up facing the latter. Him out of the equation. Elise has just been spotted as well, so they know they've got a man trapped over here towards the long toilets. That's a big smoke drop to at least allow Elise to stay alive and offer something in this A site hold. But all this map control has gone the way of the Danes very, very quickly.
Moving up slowly through the toilets. Liege is still supported by Grim back at the site. Naf solo AWPing B is quite the risk, but he's also the only man with a belter utility to stall and execute. Not going to be much stalling here, though. Contact coming in on long soon rather than later. Bomb joined by the late lurk of Zip coming back from the spawn side. He's often been waiting outside of B for that contact. This is the right read for Liquid, right? They've got 3 on A. They've got the perfect call here, but they need to hit their shots. Good flash. No reaction, though, for Astralis. No information gain for Liquid. They almost rotate. They almost self-doubt, but Twist comes back up from the stairwell and is here at the right place in the right time. Grim tucked, can't kill the bomb. Magic's dead through the smoke, and still sitting on the site is Twist as he calls for Naf to rotate.
Look at Dupree flanking as well, right? His entire play hinges on even getting this bomb down, and with that not happening, the round is sealed. Dupree's flank is no worry to Team Liquid. It could take this AWP out the hands of Naf, which would be a little bit devastating. But yeah, Naf looks aware of this possibility. Dupree, blindsided by it, goes down after time.
Yeah, that's planning for success, right? For Astralis, like, it's not the end of the world. It's a 14-5 scoreline at that point. They're believing in it. They're thinking all we need to do is trade Twists, get that bomb plant, and Dupree is the round win. He is the win condition for Astralis. But, yeah, with them getting mowed down, with Twist finding 4, great hold from him. That A-site stack was perfect. And Dupree, a bit annoying that Naf is even holding him. Who's ready for that play? And, you know, killed after time as well. Less money to play with. The 5-man boost is held by a Liege. Goodbye. What a way to start the round for Astralis. Falling short.
Yeah, huge scalp to find as well when you think about what Device has been able to get away with in this game so far.
The one benefit is, like, Dupree had a deagle due to dying after time, so now he has an AWP. He's probably pretty happy about that. But, man, a Liege. What a gamer. ready for the 5-stack boost out of Spawn. What a round to watch that.
Nav's trying to play around this smoke. He's got a tiny little gap to look through. But while his attention is fixated on this area, it has allowed for Glaive to sneak up the short side, and Dupree, with that AWP, emboldened with the luck of device. Oh, Naf's trying to get stuck in, and he might get caught out as a result. There is the trade from Glaive. That's a little bit heartbreaking, right? If Naf's able to get out of there, suddenly you're in the advantage if you're Liquid. You're feeling good. You've shut down that mid control, but now the whole map goes dark. You don't know where this is ending up anymore. You don't have that mid control. Liquid could get hesitant here, that they could choose to move these players away or look to get information, maybe overextend a little bit, and Astralis are committed to this B play. That Molotov is very well timed from Stewie. It slowed down the push. Dupree, trying to go through it, is brought down very, very low. So Twist and Stu will hold it strong in the B site. A lot of temptations must have been leaning in there, you know, to push or prod or try and get some information. And they make the right call. They just stack up on B. They believe in that original decision that it was all coming back towards the B bomb site.
This is unreal as well. I mean, let's check that replay. Lee just holding it out of Spawn. He's that aware. He's that ready that Astralis are going to go for that. Won't be going back to that anytime soon, I can tell you. And yeah, nice hold for Stewie and Twist, right? The molly coming in. Twist has proven to be a real problem for Astralis in some of these CT rounds with a 4K on the A site, locking down B right then and there. Stewie spamming Magistic out of the round. That's down on B. Shot him through the wall into connector. Liege with the AUG. Showing Astralis that Liquid can do it too, but it's just up against such insurmountable odds. Such a dominant scoreline for Astralis. Even though Liquid are building and keeping the money intact with 5 alive, all it's going to take is one big play, one perfect Astralis read. And this could all be over in vain for Liquid.
If you want to look for like the tiniest of silver linings, and this is like, I'm really stretching here, but it's the fact that, you know, for Astralis, that first half came very, very easy to them on the back of a performance of just 2 men. And so for all the other guys in this team who, you know, you've kind of forgot about after what we've seen out of this Danish duo, they're not going to be as warm, right? They're not going to be as attuned into it right now. And they're up against the Liquid that is starting to get back into this game, right? They've had it very, very easy in that first half of play. They didn't have to contribute much. They weren't even really seeing anyone before the round came to a close. And so now, as they're needed to step up, they're going up against the Liquid that isn't all unconfident, that isn't losing everything. This fight in connector can matter a hell of a lot, and the fact that Dupree is there to open the round up has set Astralis up very, very nicely. Grim is trying to trade it back, and that nade could do a lot of damage. It has. Immediately, that advantage is back in favor of Liquid. Those were so important to get those down in the connector, to keep that area of the map contested, and to leave you now in a 4-on-3. I think that's actually better than you could have expected from Twists and Grim in that situation there.
Yeah, and now the peel back for Liquid, right? They just fall back to anchor the sites. 2-2 split. Glaive regains control and composure outside of B. Grim is holding on to his angle. Glaive peeks in. Grim doesn't want to take the fight. Drops the smoke instead. This time dropping it before the other one faded. He's been burnt before. Astralis with that little poke down on B and then a rotation back up. And Naf might have the timing to catch them in transition between the sites. That's a good shot. Device dead. Glaive looking to commit, knowing there's a max of 1 player on the site as Naf doubles back. It's just Stewie. The molly's deep. Stewie's playing dice, though, and he can swing off of Naf, who is making a lot of noise. The flash in. Naf's blind, though, and Stewie's going to have to trade him. Still stuck alone. 15 seconds. Zipping another clutch that feels unwinnable. Stewie and Grim just fighting tooth and nail. And Liquid giving Astralis a real run for the money right now. 9 rounds. Is it just the case of Inferno, where it feels like you're pulling it back into what is eventually going to be a losing battle? Or can Liquid conceivably win this map? Only time will tell.
It seemed so impossible, didn't it? It really, really did. But now, like, bit by bit, you're starting to say, like, all right, Liquid are in with a chance. And that was, even the thought of that was never on your mind at the end of that first half. Up against Pistols again, as they've broken the money of Astralis, and Elige trying to build his confidence back up by taking some of these early fights, has dealt with Magisk. And now just ducks out of there. That's the thing. Like, he looked like he was going to extend for a moment, and then he realizes, well, you know, we've got a lot more to lose than to gain from me pushing in through this this mid area. They're making Astralis really have to work for these rounds.
Yeah, and despite that, you know, two-pronged attack of Device and dupreeh that were absolutely tearing Liquid limb from limb on that CT side with those Augs, just running around the map, always reading into the B plays as well. You know, not that they've really had much of a problem here, but the rest of the team were quiet from the get-go. It didn't matter when those two were writing the story, but no one's filled the void. No one's picked up the pieces in this second half for Astralis. And so Liquid have been given a lot of hope, a lot of a chance. Flash into B. Astralis, contact play, they're creeping through, now starting to run. Another flash, Grim, not blinded behind the box, he's stuck in the water. Zip is going to come in from above, but there's so many CT players here waiting behind the smoke so that they drop to give themselves more room. It's a mow down and a mop up with 5 alive for Liquid. Not like money's been the problem, but that will certainly help. Astralis, comfortably close now for Astralis. It's do or die. With every buy comes a pistol round to follow, unless they're hitting bomb plants, and even then Astralis are struggling to get into bomb sites. Nades are good, double nade in fact. Oh, Magisk. Blown into the water and put down to 8. dupreeh playing as Twist similarly did in this T side, just waiting for an over-aggressive CT to make a move. Liquid have not been doing any of that. They've not been offering up these openings. Re-smoke on Monster, and Astralis have to pull the brakes yet again. They're still defaulting, though. 3 outside of B. We've got 2 working middle as well. Trying to find out where this AWP is playing. Naf is sat back on the A site. And they might walk into him contact as well. There's Glaive receiver flash. There's none on Device. Glaive, oh, he gets tagged, spotted by the AWP. And now 2 low players, thanks to the HE and AWP, thrown in by Liquid. Nothing to show for it for Astralis. Maybe a bit of map control. They've pushed up on A. They forced Liquid back, but they've still kept strong with this triple B hold that looks unwavering.
Now, all this attention being given towards the A site hasn't fooled Liquid yet, but we do now see Stewie maybe considering, like, floating that idea. He backed up like he was going to rotate, and then he decides, actually, no, I don't think it's A at all. I've been committed to this B call from the start of the round, and so Liquid double down on it. There's 20 seconds as Astralis are going to try and make this push happen. They've left it down to the wire. In goes the utility. Grim with the double. Oh, he's knocking Astralis down, helped out by Twist. And while Device does get the double blinded, surely his journey's brought to an abrupt close by Elige on the swing. 11-14. 11-14. Hello? Do remember that at the end of the half, Liquid had 2 rounds. Astralis came into this just 3 away from securing a victory. And something else I think that's important to note is heading into that round there, Device and dupreeh had 54 kills between them, right? Obviously, it's gone up a little bit because of Device getting some kills and a few more things getting thrown into the mix. At the end of that first half, they had 47 kills. So over the course of that next 10 rounds, they've mustered up 7. As I say, that's where you need to look towards the rest of Astralis, who didn't really have that same opportunity in the first half to get warm, to kind of punish Liquid and build that confidence up. The other 2 were soaking up all the glory. And now when it's coming time to rely on the rest of Astralis, you're not getting those answers you were hoping for. Meanwhile, Liquid have come alive, right? They're starting to believe, because they certainly weren't at the end of that first half. They look done.
It's the reverse choke, you know, 2 rounds first half, Liquid is screaming, help, someone call an ambulance. But not for me. Astralis, where have they gone? Where have they gone to? Triple AKs, a desperate buy, not even a bomb plant, relying on that loss bonus, nothing more. Liquid. They've got us believing now. You can't help it. 1 T round in this entire half for Astralis. Flashed into the water area, mollies it down. Liquid have no one here. They're AAA. They take a lot of mid control. They get a lot of info. And now Naf can start to rotate back, get into that B site. He might need to help his team. It looks like it's going to be a fast one for Astralis. Liquid might have to be stuck in a retake here. Grim's fully flashed. Great pop flash. And Glaive running in with a kill. He is traded. Twist can't anchor for long. And now Astralis, now they're in. Running deep, taking the control away from Liquid. The bomb is late, but it will get planted. wanted, and Liquid have to make that call. Do we want to retake a man down, or do we throw in the towel?
It's Device who represents a huge problem to Liquid here, and they don't know about it, and they haven't checked for it, so it's free for Device. Stewie not able to catch the trade right away. Will do it eventually, but it's a 2-on-3. Liquid, you know, man, they're up against 15 potentially anyway, so they try and give it a go, but you're looking at Naf in the 1 versus 3.
Run.
He's out of there with the orb. He's running for the hills. Astralis, they finally reached 15.
Oh my.
Insurmountable task that they weren't quite able to accomplish.
Dinked through the smoke. If Naf wasn't already convinced, that will certainly send him packing. And I love the fast play for Astralis, right? Just the no respect. Liquid took mid in that round. It was an unfortunate call considering they had 3 going so deep towards the party, the playground, looking it out. They realize Astralis are set up outside of that B site. It's a desperate rotate run for Naf and Co, but Glaive is flashed so fast into the site, able to get that entry and be the bait, be the trade that gets Device in deep. Finally, it's happened. Astralis wiping some sweat off their brow. They've at the very least, guaranteed overtime. Not that they want that either. They're looking to close here and now.
And it's back to be early on. It's been working out for them, right? These slower rounds, these have given Liquid the confidence, the ability to take these early fights.